Thank you. My area is exploded with wealthy city folk. Oh, no way. That is actually the problem, right? So there's a lot of talk in Canada about basically stopping people from being able to. They're calling it speculative buying of housing, right? People effectively buying housing as not something to provide utility to the world, basically, or to society, but as a thing just to simply flip and make profit. So they might buy 10 properties in an area, literally not rent them out and like have nobody living there, have them vacant for 2 years till the price jumps up, and you could even make a case that they are artificially rising the prices by actually, producing artificial demand, which, if you really want to get economic about it, artificial demand effectively is why we had the subprime mortgage crisis of 2008, resulting in fucking massive banks collapsing, dead trees being found in 80% of the world's economy, and literally the world coming to a standstill for a short period of time. Like speculative buying and artificial growth, etc., is fucking poison when you're talking about economics. Poison should be avoided, literally like we avoid drinking bleach. The reason why the world nearly got the reason why capitalism nearly croaked it in 2008, 2009 was because of artificial demand. Like, effectively, artificial demand, lack of oversight and greed. But artificial demand definitely was a big part for sure. You got it, Kez. Fuck artificial demand. I know, they're killing us. And this is the thing, right? I mean, it is a strong case for market manipulation there. It's not fair. It's not an accurate representation of the housing market. If I were to just come into your area, spend like $1 billion strategically in like one area, knowing that and most people in the area feel a little bit of a benefit that already own a house, right? So this is why those people aren't really too bothered, because you've got all these people that own 2 or 3 houses that are now massively overpriced, and they're buzzing. They're like, oh, fucking sweet, my 100 grand house is now worth 2 million. Sweet. But it's sweet until it crashes and they are then told that it's not actually worth that much. And it's not even worth 100 grand, actually, what they paid for it. Which is not good. Not good. Dom, what's good, Dom? How are you, my friend? Welcome. And a happy Sunday to you. I hope you're doing good. I also need to leave the city to buy, but then there's nowhere to work in the country. This is the problem. Yeah, the lack of oversight the lack of infrastructure in rural areas has made this sort of obvious sort of demand for city properties, which again is terrible. It's terrible. It kind of is good for a bit. And we're seeing this in China right now. If anybody is interested in Chinese economics at all, we rural folk are getting pushed out and have nowhere to go. Yeah, for sure. It's proper bizarre. Speaking of costs in Canada, I've decided to move from one province to another to maybe be able to have a tiny chance of purchasing a place to live, or have more options for renting at a livable rate. Where I am now has almost gotten as bad as New York or London for tenancy availability and rates. Wow. Just fucking wow. I hear you, Dom. It's a crazy situation. Fuck, man, that is awful. Like, wow. Yeah, it's super bad. I mean, in Canada, in their defense, there is certain provinces that are trying to combat this by literally banning people from being able to do that, and actually banning housing as being able to be used as a speculative asset. My God, can I even say the right word? Try to act all smart over here. I can't even fucking pronounce it. Yeah, they're trying to stop that from actually happening because it's super toxic for everybody else who lives there. It's like just terrible. They keep developing farmland with good soil and creeping in on nature reserves. That's another really good point as well. Yeah, slowly but surely, the rights of indigenous people are getting... the rights and lands of indigenous people are getting stole. And, like, I don't know, man. There is something in that, for me personally, that is especially fucked up. As a Brit, you know, as like coming from an incredibly colonial state, I fucking hate that shit. You know, this is recently, more recently, I have tried to educate myself a little bit more on certain aspects of history, and it's been honest, I truly recommend everybody and anybody does it if you haven't obviously already done it, and you know you're not super late to the party like me. But yeah, history, especially of the place that you live, is it's valuable to know, right? And it's always something that I'm sure a lot of Brits just don't like about us. And yeah, it's to know that it's still happening now is wild. And yeah, it's sad. It's sad shit. I mean, hopefully one day there will be something that maybe we can do to help that. I mean, Lord willing, we can build up a little bit of a team here. And I mean, holy shit, could you imagine if we had just 100 of us, all proactive against these certain things? You know, we could really try start making a difference. And I think that is what the world needs more of right now. I really do. Because holy shit, there's so much messed up shit going on right now. And I just hate it. I hate every part of it. And especially with the whole Ukraine thing, it becomes more glaring just how dangerous leaving certain ideas unchallenged can, you know, get a little out of hand. And I think we certainly have a lot of particular ideas over here that are on the brink of getting out of hand, if they aren't already out of hand. And if anything should teach us, it should... We definitely be stopping that, man. Extremism has no place in our world, I don't think. In a progressive society, we don't need extremism. We need rational flipping debates. Rational debates where common sense and intellectualism prevails, not who's got the biggest gun. Like, that is such a fucked up way to win an argument, man. It's the equivalent of winning every argument that you get in real life by just punching the person or throwing them out of the domain that you're arguing in. Then get out. If you don't talk to me. Did you see how much I won? Did you see how good I beat them then? Like, ha! I am the best. Like, you fucking joker. What is wrong with you? Please, can we stop? It's a big dick contest. Exactly. And it's sick and twisted. We should not be letting it go on. I watched a super interesting thing recently about eco-terrorism. We got to keep ourselves down just in case the walls are listening. But no, I'm on the plane. I watched something about eco-terrorism, and when you think about it, isn't it actually pretty fucking wild that people haven't actually taken more drastic measures in order to stop many of these awful things from going on? Like, you have these insane right-wing people fucking shooting out of windows at people because of, like, gun control or some shit. But yeah, you know, we can't figure that out. But anyway, let me read some more. Sorry, gang, my signal cuts out rural. God damn it! Just as we're talking about it. It sucks 'cause I'm leaving good people behind, but it's the only thing I can do to have some kind of future. Oh, bless you, Dom. That is such a terrible situation to be in, and like you are certainly not alone. Like you're definitely not. There's many people that I think could echo very similar sentiments to yourself there. And again, in a country like Canada, in a country like the UK, America. All very rich countries. Like, we have very rich countries in our own independent rights. This shouldn't be a fucking thing. Like, it just shouldn't. Like, I don't know, man. They keep, yeah, all I heard is show me your assets. joke, I had to. That's so funny. Oh dear. It seems like everything has taken a big step back, but I'm actively trying to be more positive cognitively, because I've been really pessimistic lately and I don't want to become part of the problem. Good point. Yeah, that's a good point. And I mean, we should always try and combat the negativity with positivity, because it is what will prevail. But it is tough right now. Like, it is tough right now, you know, and it's just such a again, another modern day tragedy that people like everybody here right now that are all trying the damn hardest in life, that do fucking nothing wrong at all, and you know, we're constantly getting it constantly seems like we're making the wrong choice, right? At least we're not getting good fucking results out of all these great choices. But yeah, no, it's hard to be positive, and I think a good line that I heard is, a pessimist is just an optimist with experience. I probably heard that shit somewhere, maybe in school. The only place they take an educated idiot and turn him into a what is it? They take an idiot and turn him into an educated fool. Something like that. Me make a bad choice. yeah, kind of how we are literally at war, but you know what I mean. Yeah, no, for sure. Don't beat yourself up too bad. It's normal to have lows. Being kind to yourself is just as important. It is. And I mean, this is why, you know, like, I think it is important to have people that you can laugh and love with, you know. Someone shoot me. But no, it is true though, it is true. And I mean, I don't mean like, it don't have to be like a romantic partner or anything, just friends to laugh with and talk to and connect with, and just to remind you that actually the world isn't just full of Vladimir Putins that want to bring about the destruction of humanity. There is some really good people together out there, and if we was able to get together, I truly believe we could have a real positive impact on the world, man. Like, I do. And there's a lot of people pushing for it right now, but I don't think one more set of people is ever going to be a bad thing. We need so much more of a push to get towards where humanity really needs to be. Like, realistically, we should literally, as humans, if humans were truly just dedicated to happiness, prosperity, connection, you know, art, music, etc., all the good shit that we like, you know, the stuff that we do when we are fucking at work and stuff, the stuff we enjoy. Imagine if we was working towards being able to create a society where that's all we did, because automation sorted everything else out. Because, like, robotics has got to a point where, like, a lot of the fundamental things could be fucking really reduced, and a lot more people could just be more happy, and we could be doing things better. It's upsetting. I try to focus on the good, because people around me seem to be negative, or I'm choosing to focus on it. Yeah, no, you're right. It could be, absolutely be, confirmation bias. You know, you could be looking for it, the negative views, but at the same time, I think it's really hard to overlook how fucked the world is right now. And I'm not trying to just be a dick and, you know, be hyperbolic. The world is in a really messed up spot. Like, it really is. Again, I often sit and think about, like, what would the world look like if we really, really was pushing for happiness, prosperity, you know, peace and stuff like that. And the answer that I come to every time is not the one we are living in, basically. And yeah, that, you know, it's hard to remain positive when that's all around you. Like, I talked about the deck being stacked against you earlier, and like, I don't know if any of you have ever played a game, any game, Monopoly maybe. Have you ever played Monopoly knowing that one person's cheating at the game? And do you want to keep playing when somebody's cheating at the board? No, you fucking don't, because you know that it's pointless to play. And that's kind of, I think, in my opinion, what's happening. I don't think it's illogical at all for people to just be like, fuck this, you know? It's the equivalent of playing a game of Monopoly, having one person at the board fucking steal all the money and expect everybody else to play by the rules whilst they buy everything because they've stole the money. And it's like, no, nobody's going to play that game of Monopoly. So why do we expect people to play this fucked up game of capitalism? And it's like, you shouldn't, really. Because it's honestly horrible what we're putting people through on a daily basis. And I mean, you know, that's definitely a very extreme. But it can be. Some people really do have tragic, terrible existences that could be much better if we didn't have like these wild people out here that were saying social programs are a bad thing and, you know, universal healthcare shouldn't be a thing. Like, what the fuck? Who are these people? Seriously.